China has just announced a massive $40 billion purchase order of XRP for their crypto strategic reserve, set to happen in as early as 72 hours and set to cause the XRP price to over $27 by December 1st. And this massive news has caused the President of the United States, Donald Trump, to come out publicly and say that they won't let China be number one in crypto, and specifically number one in American cryptocurrencies like XRP, going so far as to announce an XRP crypto strategic reserve for the United States of America and announcing a multi-billion-dollar purchase of XRP and other American cryptocurrencies. And this has all been confirmed and guaranteed, the fact that the XRP strategic reserve will officially be launched. Now this is massive, and it's set to cause XRP price to go up to a whopping $27.58 in as early as 72 hours, if not substantially higher than that number, because of the massive demand that's about to flow trillions of dollars into the XRP ledger, and them being a very restricted and low supply of available circulating XRP. Now this is a big deal, specifically if you hold XRP or if you want to own another big bag of XRP, and we're going to help out everybody on this channel by actually giving every single person watching today's video some free XRP. You're going to get up to $100 worth of free XRP. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, share, and most importantly, sign up on Apple using my link in the description and do a transaction. And boom, you're going to get up to $100 for you to buy some more XRP with. So spread the word, send it to your family members, send it to your friends, because this is limited time, and thanks to our partner Uphold for allowing this to happen. But again, spread the word, claim your money before the timeline runs out, which is only 72 hours from now. So again, claim the $300. The links will all be in the description. And thank you, Uphold. It's time to get ready, because people are about to make millions of dollars through the XRP ledger as XRP goes from $2 to $27. And it's early because in the next 72 hours, this right in front of you may unfold. We might see XRP, and we've already begun to see XRP increasing in price, but increase so much so that it crosses the all-time high and reaching $27.58. And it's not just because of China trying to buy $40 billion or even the United States trying to buy billions of dollars worth of XRP, but rather because another massive market is about to unlock. A $654.39 trillion real estate market in the payment rewards industry set to begin flowing into the XRP ledger almost instantaneously on December 1st. And this is happening while not much media attention is unfolding. Guys, this is a big deal, and it's great because it means that we, as the retailers, guys that were able to get into XRP very early, are actually able to accumulate a massive bag as a result. And this has all also been confirmed by Ripple's CEO, by Brad Gurlinghas, by Ripple's CTO, David Short, even by Arthur Brito, the co-founder of XRP and the co-founder of Ripple, which said XRP is designed for $10,000 and must be scalable to accommodate 7.5 billion people. And that real scalability is beginning to now show with you having the ability to actually buy real estate directly using the XRP ledger. Like, take a look at these properties. I'm going to click the link right here, and you're about to see multi-million-dollar properties that you can actually now purchase directly using the XRP ledger all across the United States of America. Like, look at this one, $999,000, about $1 million. Or this one right here in Albank, Staten Island, New York for $620,000. We're talking about, over $2 billion worth of assets that you can now buy directly using the XRP ledger, and you can actually do the transaction using your XRP. So when we talk about globalized adoption, this is exactly what is happening. And it's also happening to the scale of companies like MasterCard or JP Morgan, which has their Visa card that now allows you to actually buy using your XRP directly at stores or pay your bills. Like recently, the Bank of America allows individuals to pay their loans back, to pay their, their credit card bills, all using XRP. All show that the globalization of XRP and the XRP ledger is happening. But let's pay a closer attention towards the $650 trillion that is really going to cause XRP to hit that $10,000 mark that we are talking about long term, that even Arthur Brito, the founder of XRP, mentioned, which is XRP is designed for 10,000. Because it's quite clear that the $27 mark is almost a guarantee when you're talking about massive buy orders by China and by the United States. But what is not being talked about is that $10,000 mark, which can happen as early as middle of 2026, really. So in the next 6 months, we could see XRP go to $10,000. How's that possible? Well, listen in closely and take a look at this. So XRP is officially, the XRP ledger is officially going to get injected into it over $634.39 trillion by RealFi, which is a payment reward solution that works in the real estate industry. Now, it's all going to be and all going to enter the XRP ledger via the Real token. Now, this is the Real token, a project built directly on the XRP ledger, and obviously this is very, very bullish because a lot of people are going to make a lot of money off of this. We're talking about very strong support levels, very low resistance. I mean, the chart is going to break it to an all-time high, specifically since Real token is about 2 or 3 months old, went from 100th of a penny to now 3.5 cents, meaning people made 100x, 1000x, and now we are about to see that exponentially scale. We are talking about Real token getting listed on a global centralized exchange that does over $5 billion in daily transaction volume. That is insane, and that means that there's going to be so much money pumped into the Real token, not only via the $650 trillion market, via the XRP ledger, because again, the money is going to have to shift from Real token into the XRPL, but also because of the massive exchange listing that is happening on December 5th that is going to unlock a whopping $5 billion in daily transaction volume. Now understand that the Real token is currently priced at 3 cents. It's currently only on decentralized exchanges on the XRP ledger, but things are about to change. And we are talking about right now the total volume, daily volume for Real token is what? $10,000, $20,000? That is nothing. And so when you look at it, you're talking about right now the price is booming without really much volume because again, it's complicated, only real institutional volume. But what we're about to see on December 5th is that complete change. Institutions will have easy access to Real token, retailers will have easy access to Real token, and the price will soar because again, when you're talking about a project with a very low supply, phase 1 supply is 22 million, max supply is 1 billion, there is not enough supply to go around. And so the price will have to soar. And again, as you get more and more money, the price will soar higher and it will continue to do that realm. And so we're getting to a point where there's a lot of experts, there's a lot of analysts that have been reading, people have 200, 300, 400,000 followers that are all coming out publicly and literally saying that, you know what, we think Real token is going to go from like 3 cents to $65,000 if only 1% of that $650 trillion enters this market cap. And really it's simple math, which proves exactly that and proves that it's true, because if you get, you have such a small supply, you get 1% of the 650 trillion goes into the Real token, the price ends up soaring, and obviously the flex in the price per Real token, bringing it to $65,000. And so obviously, I mean, I'm very bullish on the project. You look at the institutions that are actually backing this project, you see there's projects like, companies like RealFi, which is actually a big deal here. You're talking about the first ever and the #1 blockchain powered payment rewards framework. You're talking about, things like the real world asset marketplace that allows you to buy real estate using the XRP ledger directly, and it's all happening via the Real token, and they make that clear. It says with RealFi, you can buy real estate, becomes even more rewarding, and they reward you back in the Real token. So all of these institutions are using the Real token, and so you see there's a lot of momentum and there's a lot of potential in where the Real token is going to be, in a couple days, in a couple months, and in years down the line. But we're talking as early as December 5th, really, when the price is going to soar per Real token. And of course, as we get closer and closer to the December 5th timeline for that massive centralized exchange listing, that global centralized exchange listing, the price is going to continue to soar up. And so the potential is really here, guys. You gotta get in to where the money is shifting, and the money's clearly shifting in the direction of Real token. So I want to make it clear that you gotta do your research. You gotta look into projects like this. I'll be leaving all links down below in the description for this page specifically, where you can actually buy the Real token, but also for the other institutions that use the Real token, which again, I'll be leaving all links down below in the description. And I do want to highlight that I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, and I was doing research, but obviously this is extremely bullish, and it seems like this is only the start, and we're only going to get better and better. There's only going to be more and more globalized, large-scale adoption about the XRP ledger and XRP, and obviously projects that are built on the XRP ledger like the Real token, because we're seeing that exponential expansion, and we're seeing it grow at a very rapid pace. We're talking about the Real token expanding very fast to the point that, I mean, this project is only a couple months old, and yet it's soaring, and yet it's up hundreds of thousands of percentages from launch. This is the beginning of a very big wide-scale XRP ledger adoption and exception, and we're probably going to see a lot of XRP ledger projects in the top 10. Like Real token is very likely going to be one of the worldwide renowned projects, top 10, top 20 projects globally. Why? Because they're solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem. They're backed by massive institutions, and they are really solving an innovative issue. They're innovating that technology using a blockchain, and they're backed by a lot of powers. Like we're talking about, RealFi, and RealFi is rumored to be partnered with Ripple, and so you're seeing a lot of these institutions using Real Token to facilitate transactions, and they haven't even started yet. We're just talking about them, mentioning that they're going to be using Real Token. Imagine once you actually see payments and transactions being facilitated by the Real Token, the price impact that would have on the Real Token itself. So again, I'll be leaving all the links down below in the description. I'm very bullish. I think the earlier you get in, the cheaper you're able to get in. It's not going to get any cheaper. We're clearly seeing the charts. Look at this. It is only going up from here. And I don't think we're ever going to see Real Token at the price that it is now ever again. So it's now or never, in my personal opinion. So again, I'll be leaving all the links down below in the description. I'm very bullish on the XRP ledger. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, spread the word, everybody, before it's too late, and have a happy holidays.